Hi everyone, welcome to our Movie Palace channel. We're thrilled to have you here. Whether you're a returning subscriber or a new visitor, you're in the right place for engaging content, exciting stories, and so much more. Before we dive into today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We love hearing from you, so be sure to leave a comment and let us know what you think. Now, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Story is about when a vicious storm breaks out in the Nevada desert, 10 people seek refuge in an isolated motel. At the same time, a serial killer Pruitt Taylor-Vince, under the care of psychiatrist Dr. Alfred Molina, who has just found the killer's revealing journal, awaits execution for murdering a group of motel guests. When the storm-stranded travelers realize they are being killed off one by one, limo driver Dakota John Cusack bids to stay alive and reveal the murderer's identity. Let's go the film story. A convict named Malcolm Rivers is awaiting execution for a mass murder that took place at an apartment building. His journals, discovered misfiled in the case evidence, were not introduced during the trial. Malcolm's psychiatrist, Dr. Malik, and his defense attorney argue that the journals prove Malcolm's insanity. Meanwhile, 10 strangers find themselves stranded at a remote Nevada motel during a heavy rainstorm. The motel is run by Larry Washington. The group includes ex-cop turned limousine driver Dakota, actress Carolyn Suzanne, Officer Rhodes, who is transporting convicted murderer Robert Maine, sex worker Paris, Nevada, newlyweds Lou and Ginny Ijana, and the York family George, Alice, who was severely injured when Ed accidentally hit her with his limo, and their 9-year-old son, Timmy. During the hearing, Malcolm's diaries reveal that he suffers from dissociative identity disorder, harboring 11 distinct personalities. His defense attorney argues that Malcolm is unaware of his crimes, which violates existing Supreme Court rulings on capital punishment. Dr. Malik is introducing the concept of integrating the personalities of someone with dissociative identity disorder as Malcolm is brought in. Each member of the group is in a separate room when Suzanne is killed by an unknown assailant. Ed discovers Suzanne's head in a dryer, along with the number 10 motel key. Maine is suspected to be the killer as he has escaped. Ginny locks herself in the bathroom to escape Lou during a fight, only for the unknown assailant to murder Lou out of Ginny's sight. While taking photos of Lou's crime scene, Ed finds the number 9 key in Lou's hands. He suspects that the killer is counting down and targeting them in order. Maine fails to escape the motel area and is subdued by Rhodes and Ed. Larry is instructed to guard Maine, but suspicion falls on him when Maine is found dead. Rhodes and Ed find the number 8 key next to his body. They harass Larry, who takes Paris hostage. Paris wrestles him off, causing Larry to attempt to escape in his truck, but he accidentally crushes George against a dumpster as he tries to save Timmy from being run over. Rhodes ties Larry to a chair and orders the other guests to stay until dawn. Larry convinces Paris and Ed that he is not the perpetrator by telling them how he ended up at the motel. Alice, still in bed, is checked on and presumably has died from her injuries, but Rhodes finds the number 6 key. George's body is recovered and the number 7 key is found in his pocket, which confuses the others. Ed tells Ginny and Timmy to flee in a car, but it explodes upon their arrival. The last 4 survivors discover that the bodies of all the previous victims have disappeared. Paris has a mental breakdown, revealing her birthday is on May 10th, and all 11 people, including Malcolm, were born on May 10th, the day he committed the murders. Ed checks their ID cards in the office, discovering that each one of them is named after a state and that their birthdays all match. With Dr. Malik calling out to him, Ed realizes he is at the hearing but is confused as to why. Dr. Malik explains that he is one of the personalities that Malcolm Rivers created as a child. Learning one of the personalities committed the murders, Ed is instructed to go back to the motel to try to eliminate them. As Ed returns to the motel, Paris finds convict transportation files for both Maine and Rhodes in the police car, revealing Rhodes is a criminal acting as an officer. Rhodes attacks Paris, but she is saved by Larry, who is then shot to death by Rhodes. Believing Rhodes to be the murderous personality, Ed goes after him, and they end up fatally shooting each other, leaving only Paris alive. With the homicidal personality removed, Malcolm's execution is stayed, and he is ordered to be placed in a mental institution under Dr. Malik's care. In Malcolm's mind, Paris settles in her hometown of Frostproof, Florida. As she tends to her orange grove, she finds the #1 key buried in the dirt and discovers Timmy behind her. It is revealed Timmy is the murderous personality and orchestrated all the deaths at the motel, faking his own death. Timmy kills Paris and takes over completely, causing Malcolm to strangle Dr. Malik and forcing the van to swerve off the road as Timmy's voice repeats the poem Antigonish by William Hughes Mearns. This is a 2003 American mystery psychological thriller film directed by James Mangold, written by Michael Cooney.